Are you wondering what to practice or how to best use your practice time? Maybe you're a beginner on the drums, or maybe you're just feeling a bit stuck and not making much progress. We've got the practice routine for you to optimize both your time and your efforts so that you can achieve consistent progress in just 30 minutes a day.
Let's do this.
Hey everyone, it's Steve with Roots of Rhythm again, and today we're talking about practice routines. And if you follow these tips and these routines, you will feel and hear consistent improvement over the next 30 days.
That's what I want.
Now before we show you the routine, here are a few general tips. Number 1, use a metronome or a music track. This is going to help you to develop your meter and your timekeeping. Number 2, don't be proud, count out loud. I know that this will feel awkward and even embarrassing at times, but it's not something you'll have to do forever. It's just very helpful for beginners to learn difficult patterns and rhythms. Number 3, repetition fixes everything. Some things just take time to master, for the muscle memories to develop. There's no replacement for hard work either. Remember, practice means progress. Number 4, always start very slowly. This is how you learn something that is challenging for you. Playing it slowly until it's smooth and clean, and then add speed over time. Number 5, more is better, but consistency is the key. So the more time that you can commit to practicing, the better, obviously. But the most important thing is consistently. It's better to practice a little bit every day than it is to do long sessions infrequently. And finally, number 6, keep learning and trying new things. Practicing is when you challenge yourself with new patterns, new techniques, and things that you find difficult. Okay, so the routine we're going to go over today is based on a 30-minute practice session a day. But it can be modified to longer or shorter sessions depending on how much time you have. In essence, it's about focusing on 3 main areas. Number 1, hand technique and rudiments. Number 2, drum kit, independence and coordination. And number 3, improvisation and having fun and playing songs. So if you've only got 30 minutes a day, you would spend 10 minutes on each one of those key areas. Obviously, if you have an hour, you could spend 20 minutes on each of them.
Math, 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 math.
As an alternative, you could do a 3-day rotation, focusing on each one of those areas in one day. For some people, it's better to stay focused on one thing, for example, hand technique, and then tomorrow practice drum independence, and then the 3rd day practice improvising and playing songs. Whatever works best for you, whatever learning style suits you best. Now, to be a faster, more controlled, and more musical drummer, you need to always work on hand technique. This is not something that's just for beginners. Just like an athlete will continue to do calisthenics or weight training even though they're professional, you still need to maintain your hand technique and rudiments. So techniques like grip and rebound take consistent practice and need to be maintained on a regular basis. And learning and practicing rudiments will help develop that hand technique and your drumming literacy, giving you more variety in your beats and your fills, etc. So if you follow the 30-minute routine, spend the first 10 minutes of each practice session on the practice pad practicing hand technique and rudiments. This will allow you to advance much more quickly on the drum kit. Now we've got a bunch of other videos already on hand technique and rudiments, and there'll be links in the description below. A common struggle for beginners on the drums is coordination of your hands and your feet, what we call independence. Now hand technique is great, But in order to play beats and fills, play songs on the drums, you need to be able to coordinate your feet along with your hands. You can, however, overcome these independence difficulties through specific exercises designed to help you develop independence, and of course through repetition and patience. And this is why coordination exercises should be a part of your daily exercise routine. To help you get started, check out our Mastering Basic Beats Through Independence video. In this video, you'll find some basic beginner exercises to help you isolate each hand and foot for better coordination. Another simple idea to help you with independence of hands and feet is to try the basic rudiments that we've been teaching in other videos and do them on the kit with both your hands and with your feet. Another basic independence exercise you can do is what we call foot ostinatos, where you play a simple beat with your feet, and then over top of that you play a more complex rhythm with your hands. For examples of this technique, check out our beginner's warm-up exercise video. In that video you'll see several examples of foot ostinatos with different rudiments played with the hands. Now, hand and foot independence is such a critical part of playing the drums. Those are just a few examples of videos. We're going to be doing a lot more videos on this channel to help you with your independence and coordination. The reason most of us got into playing drums in the first place was to be able to play along to our favorite songs and to maybe even play along with other musicians. This is our why. On Roots of Rhythm, we've already done some cover songs and we've covered some basic beats in our groove guide, and we're going to continue to do a lot more of those as well. But what we want to encourage you to do as well is to go out and find your own songs that you like, songs you want to learn how to play, and start practicing playing along with those songs. This is a very important part of our practice routine that's often overlooked, is to make sure that you're playing along to songs so that not only do you get better meter and timekeeping, but most importantly, this is the fun part of learning to play the drums.
Have some fun, real fun.
Also, make sure that you make part of your practice routine improvised. Take some of the rudiments that you've learned, the different patterns and techniques that you're picking up, and just jam out on the drums. It doesn't have to be with music or with other musicians. It doesn't need to be any sort of specific exercise. Just literally improvise your way around the kit.
Couldn't you improvise?
And don't worry if you make mistakes, if you lose the rhythm, if you hit a rim. It's all part of learning. Just keep working at it, learning from your mistakes, experimenting, and have fun with it. So for me, this fun part of my practice routine typically includes 2 or 3 songs I'm trying to learn that I'll play along to, and then I'll just do like a drum solo where I play around and do different fills, different rhythms, different techniques. On today's Fundamental 40, we're going to be talking about the double paradiddle. Now, the double paradiddle is very similar to a single paradiddle, except that we're going to have 2 additional single strokes before the diddle or the double stroke. Now, don't confuse this with the paradiddle diddle, which we will talk about in a future lesson. So the double paradiddle is played like this: right, left, right, left, right, right. Left, right, left, right, left, left. Right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, 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 left, right, left, right, left, left. Now there's a few different accent patterns that can be added to these double paradiddles as well. So basically you can play them 4 different ways. First of all, with no accents like I just demonstrated, or you can play them with an accent on the first stroke of each double paradiddle like this. You can also accent the first two strokes with the lead hand or the para, like this. Para, paradiddle, para, paradiddle, para, paradiddle, paradiddle, para, paradiddle. And finally, you can add a triplet accent to these. Because the double paradiddle is a 6-stroke rudiment, it lends itself naturally to like a 16th note triplet. So I'll show you that. So finally, a fun exercise to practice your double paradiddles is to combine all of those different accent types into one exercise. In fact, it's one I use quite commonly as a warm-up exercise. So I'm going to show you that now in an open, closed, open style. We'll start out very slowly, speed up, and then we'll slow back down to the original tempo. Okay? So just remember, when you play these, to pay attention to the dynamics of each stroke, to the placement of those accents, and to ensuring that the strokes are level and consistent and even, especially with the double strokes. Work towards keeping a nice smooth rhythm. And as I always say, start out slowly, focus on precision, and then add speed. Well, I hope that you found these tips and these routines helpful. They've certainly been very helpful for me, and I continue to use them to maintain and improve my chops. So if you're enjoying the videos on Roots of Rhythm here, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.